as always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
Man, sometimes you get things just incredibly wrong. And that was me in the Iowa State, Oklahoma State football game. I thought we were going to have a 3-0 final with Iowa State winning, but we had an offensive explosion, Gabe. 34-27. Iowa State gets the win and really controlled the thing from the second half on. Extended, and then Oklahoma State scored a late touchdown. But Iowa State finding some offense. Should we be worried?
I don't think so. But how about Rocco Beck just throwing it all over the yard on the Cowboys?
Crazy. Threw it 38 times, 3 touchdowns, put up 350 bills. Pretty impressive.
Impressive from Iowa State, or
those
continued
are
issues from Oklahoma State's football team?
Well, maybe a little bit of both, I guess.
Yeah. I think if you're an Iowa State fan, you're looking at it going, hey, you're actually probably going, how did we allow 27 points to that Oklahoma State offense? Now, Alan Bowman, he's coming out there. He's letting it rip, baby. Letting it rip. But, yeah, it was – I thought that game was going to be like 14-10. And an offensive explosion on both sides.
Yeah.
And the concern in Stillwater continues to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. It could be a rough year for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it could. I'm impressed though that Gordon was able to go for 120.
He had one giant run.
Yeah,
which skewed the stats for him. But yet, you still,
that's
hey,
tough to do against.
Yeah,
like breaking long runs is like that's one of the most difficult things to do against Iowa State with the way that they play their defense and so many guys over the top. But I mean, I guess if you're Oklahoma State, I know with what everyone thinks of Iowa State, and that's fine, but maybe you come out of there with a little bit of something to build on offensively, but it's going to be tough for them, man. It really is. But Iowa State was the winner for me with finding some offense. They haven't scored at all this year. So to be able to do that at home, find something, maybe change the feeling in that locker room a little bit.
Yeah. I wish they wouldn't have gotten it going right before they come to Norman.
Yeah.
It was my hope that Oklahoma State would play well defensively and Iowa State's offense would be very sad coming into Norman. But maybe a glimmer of hope for the guys on that side of the ball. It's a nice win for Iowa State. Right? This felt like a game that was going to determine, hey, who's going to be, I don't want to say the cellar dweller, but whoever lost this football game, fan base is going to be real sad. And it's not Iowa State's.
Right. Yeah. No, it was one of those games going in where you knew it was the Monday press conference was going to be bad either in Ames or in Stillwater, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we got our answer on that. And the excitement for Iowa State is going to be short-lived whenever they throw on the film of the team they're about to play defensively and say, who the hell is this? This team has not existed in the Big 12. It's going to be different for them.
Congrats, Iowa State. All right, who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
Oh, man. Why not just keep the Iowa offensive watch going, okay, with Brian Ferentz? Tell me if this is good, Gabe. 60 yards of offense, 42 passing, and 18 rushing. 1 of 7 on third down. Just a total nothing burger offensively from Iowa. And now well below that 25 average that they've got to get to for Brian Ferentz.
Here's the drive summaries for Iowa. First half. Punt, fumble, punt, 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 halftime. Punt, fumble, punt, fumble. End of game. I mean, it is just an absolutely brutal viewing experience for Iowa football fans. Like, Penn State's a really good football team, right? I think they've got a chance to win the Big Ten, right? I think they're that talented.
Yeah.
But to look that inept offensively, and Penn State's got some dudes on that defense, especially that defensive line. But with everything that is surrounding the offensive performance for Iowa this season, to go out there and do that, oh my God. 60 yards?
Yeah. Well, by my count, they had what, 33 plays?
They had the ball for like 14 and a half minutes in that game.
I think they snapped it 33 times. 1 of 9 on third down. It's unbelievable. They ran it 17 times for 20 yards.
You think Deion's going to show Colorado's players this and be like, hey, at least we're not Iowa?
Dude, this game is a total ass kicking. Penn State ran it 57 times.
I don't blame them, right? Especially with those backs they've got.
Just incredible.
Just a beat down. Anything else you want to say to pile on the Hawkeyes?
No, I think that's it.
Of that top 10 ranking.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
elevate your tailgate with Chapel Supply and Equipment in Oklahoma City. Chapel Supply and Equipment has generators and inverters on hand that'll give you all the power you need so you can take your tailgate to the next level. They've also got top of the line heaters to keep you warm during those cold tailgates later in the season. They're Oklahoma owned and operated. Elevate your tailgate by calling 405-495-1722 or visit chapelsupply.com. That's CHAPPELL supply.com.
And First Fidelity Bank is a full-service financial institution based in Oklahoma with tailored solutions for all your personal and business needs. Checking accounts, saving accounts, home loans, and much more. They do it all. Whether it's online banking from your computer or mobile banking from your phone, everything is stress-free with FFB. Making mobile deposits, paying bills online, and moving money to different accounts could not be easier. Make your life easier and go bank with First Fidelity Bank. Visit ffb.com for more information.
And head to opolisclothing.com for our podcast merchandise and the best OU gear out there. That's opolisclothing.com, OPOLIS clothing.com. Use promo code TED, TED for 10% off. That's opolisclothing.com. Use promo code TED for 10% off. Buttery soft and 10% off.
My winner of the weekend, Neal Brown and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Got the win against Texas Tech there in Morgantown. Looked gross. It did not look like a fun place to be. 20-13. Tech was driving to go tie the game, but West Virginia's defense got to stop. Mountaineers really dominated the time of possession, made this one ugly. And all of a sudden you look up, man, they're off to a 3-1 start. And I still think the game that they lost, thought they represented themselves well against Penn State. On the other side of things, 1-3 start for Texas Tech. So much hype coming into the year, and now not only are you 1-3, but your starting quarterback is hurt and likely done for the year. I feel for Tyler Shuck, man. Broke his leg pretty early in this football game. He's going to need surgery. Baron Morton came in and he struggled. I mean, he really struggled. And that offensive line is not playing at a high level for Tech either. But you look at what West Virginia got from the quarterback position. Nico Markell did not get off to a good start in this game, but kind of settled in. They used him a lot as a runner, which I think made him pretty comfortable. He showed some wiggle multiple times on some runs. But yeah, man, a big time win for Neal Brown. Wasn't pretty, but got it done. It's very similar to the Pitt game. Like that win wasn't pretty, but they got it done. They're back to playing better defense. And what a rough start for Tech. With the expectations that a lot of people had for that team coming into the year, it could be a rough season for the Red Raiders.
Yeah. And I didn't think that the predictions for Texas Tech were justified with
I
how
picked
high
them to go 6-6, and I had on my radio show, and I had a bunch of Texas Tech fans slide in my DMs and tell me what a dumbass I was. And it's strange. I have not heard from any of them lately.
Yeah. I mean, they had a good team last year, but they had senior heavy football team, bunch of guys on there with a ton of experience. They lost a lot of guys. Doesn't change the fact that I think Joey McGuire is going to do good things there.
Agreed.
I think it's going to take them a little bit of time, but I'm happy for West Virginia, man. Good to see Neal Brown getting some dubs. He was pissed when West Virginia was picked last in the Big 12, rightfully so. They're gonna be a tough football team this year. I like what I've seen there, man. I'm happy for them.
O-line is good. They're good. But I got to tell Neal, man, this is the bump you get for coming on the podcast, man.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
This is not a coincidence. I mean, come on. All right, my loser of the weekend. I'm going Lane Kiffin. Made a lot of waves this week, right? With the comments he made about Alabama's defensive coordinator situation. Who's calling plays, who's not, right? Saban comes out and addresses it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you know who's called the plays. You only score 10 points, man. 10 points in the loss, 56 yards rushing, and they got backs, man.
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins is a dude.
Now, they had some guys banged up, though, right? Didn't
Yeah.
they have a couple guys out? But point still stands.
If you make such a scene, you cause such an ordeal, you got to score more than 10.
Right.
On a Bama team that's struggling coming in, you got to score more than 10. Come on.
Or maybe if you come across some information that's valuable, you don't tell everyone in the world about it.
Also a good point. But Jackson Dart was not tremendous in this game. Bama wins. It's 8 in a row for Bama over Ole Miss. But the Bama offense still doesn't look great. A bunch of negative plays in this game. I still don't think their offensive line's playing very well. Jalen Milroe does not it looks like as a passer, the confidence has really dwindled. Like it doesn't look like he's seeing it well. I mean, a lot of their explosive plays in the passing game are just guys going up in traffic and making really nice plays on the football. Red zone offense was inefficient. Jace McClellan, he was the bright spot for him, I'd say, but because he had a couple really nice runs, but I picked Kiffin as my loser of the week because you got to score more when you make such a scene. But I can't believe I'm saying this. Bama looks like they could lose 4 or 5 this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it just does not. The offense, it does not look good right now.
Well,
it's lacking.
I'll tell you, a bad combination is inexperience and low confidence at quarterback combined with bad offensive line play. Yeah. Some could say the former creates or the latter creates the former. If you're a quarterback and you can't trust your offensive line and you're worried about the rush, you're not going to see the whole picture downfield, and it's going to create some trouble.
Yep. I'm with you, but yeah, it's unusual to see Bama look this way. It really is. But hey, still won the game.
I really honestly had no idea what to expect in that football game. I was like, it's not going to shock me if Alabama wins, It's not going to shock me if they get beat by 2 touchdowns. I don't know where to be.
Yeah, I thought Ole Miss would score more than 10 since Kiffin had this revelation, right? Made this discovery.
End up being a much better result for Alabama than I expected, for sure.
They may have to win ugly this year.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe their fan base is going to go through something that the OU fan base is currently going through. Like, oh, we're not just going to score at will all the time. Damn it.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.